Hi, I'm Marco. In this presentation, I'll be going over the operation strategy and processes of a Domino's pizza located in Vernon. The goal here is to get a good view of how Domino's operates within their industry, pinpointing their strengths as well as their issues when it comes to their operations. After identifying their operational challenges, I'll be providing a few quantitative solutions to approach improving their performance. Now, a quick summary of the contents of this presentation. First, the external environment at the company will be looked at, and then one by one, the organization's strategy, processes, and operational functions will be analyzed. Domino's is a large, multinational chain of franchise pizza restaurants in a complex and highly competitive industry with many deeply entrenched firms and consumer bases. Politically, trade policies and tariffs have an influence over the cost and profit margins at the company, which makes smart sourcing vital. Economically, raw material price fluctuations and inflation affect margins and consumer demand. Socially, low-calorie and gluten-free healthy food options affect menu decisions. Technologically, digital innovations in the form of online ordering and delivery tracking have been embraced hard by the company. And then when it comes to the environment, sustainable packaging, which the company has recently started using, is an influence. From the perspective of a five forces analysis, rivalry among established competitors such as Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Domino's, Little Caesars, and numerous regional and local firms is very strong. The threat of new entrants is moderate, as it is easy for smaller pizzerias to open, but being able to replicate the scale and resources of the industry's largest firms is challenging. In terms of substitutes, the threat is very strong as options are numerous, ranging from homemade meals to other fast food options. So the firms that wish to be the most successful in the industry must present unique value to their consumer base. The threat of supplier bargaining power is weak as farmers and material producers are plentiful for firms in the industry. On the other hand, the threat of buyer bargaining power is moderate to strong as individual consumer has plenty of options to switch to and is generally strict on pricing. Now, to succeed in the marketplace, firms in the industry must follow a few key success factors. To start, customer experience and service is essential as customers demand fast and user-friendly in-store and delivery experiences. Menu diversity in terms of specialty pizza offerings, toppings, sides, and desserts must be focused on, and as it is necessary to accommodate a wide range of customer tastes. In addition, the maintenance of product quality and continuous innovation are vital for retaining customers and brand reputation. Building on this, strong brand recognition and loyalty is key to a large customer base and bringing in steady revenues. Lastly, operational efficiency supported by careful inventory management, technological improvements, and supply chain resilience is necessary to compete at the highest level in the restaurant business. As a leading international organization in the pizza service industry, serving over 1 million customers daily across over 20,000 stores and 90 markets, Domino's is exceptionally well run. The company functions as a restaurant service offering pizza as well as side dishes, appetizers, desserts, and beverages. In terms of an operation strategy, Domino's combines both scale-based approaches, leveraging its vast store network, supply chain resources, and global market to achieve high sales, as well as a time-based strategy which emphasizes fast delivery speeds through technological and software advancements. This blend of operational strategies allows the company to serve a high volume of orders by reaching as many customers as possible and serving as much product as possible. Domino's supply chain strategy is one that resembles a lean approach aiming to eliminate non-value adding activities and keep costs low. Domino's process type could best be described as repetitive, where the assembly and cooking processes are highly standardized, high volume workflows that maximize speed and consistency. In terms of the layout that facilitates this process, a product layout that uses assembly lines matches most closely with the activities at Domino's. Workers are arranged in the kitchen in a linear fashion that supports the repetitive process where each step of the assembly of food product is passed on to the next person in line. The ingredients that facilitate these processes are sourced from the company distribution centers and established suppliers. The process map at their stores looks like this. The process starts with a customer making an order, which kicks off the assembly, cooking, and delivery processes for the kitchen and delivery staff. This is where the ingredients are taken and turned into something of value through their operational process. The order will either be paid before, in store, or at the delivery address. This process is repeated dozens of times an hour with little variety in activities. This Domino's location in North Vernon has quite a few strengths in the sense that they're located in a high traffic shopping area near dense residential neighborhoods. This allows for regular customers and facilitates high foot traffic, which allows for consistent demand. They have a large customer base as they serve about half of the city, and their C-shaped process layouts are efficient and effective. However, there are two issues with these as well. Deliveries into some areas are costly and time consuming, and this store layout causes front of store congestion. Therefore, they should look to use data modeling to refine delivery zones, focusing only on the most efficient areas. Another improvement they can make is consider adding a side door for drivers to reduce front of store crowding. So Domino's is a very data-driven company as each store collects vast point of sale systems data. The figures that the company tracks include time periods, sales volumes, average order value, sales by channel both in-store and delivery, and seasonal trends. At the franchise level, they primarily use naive forecasting, moving averages, and seasonal variations. For example, on a Friday, they often forecast based on the previous Friday's numbers. Seasonal forecasting helps account for holidays, weather, and weekend spikes. But even with this data, the store struggles with driver scheduling and peak hour congestion. To improve this, the store should adopt hourly level forecasting using techniques like exponential smoothing. This would allow managers to align staffing more precisely with expected demand across each day. Domino's monitors three types of capacity: kitchen, which is how many pizzas can be prepared within a time period; delivery, which is how many pizzas can be delivered within a time period; and oven, which is how many pizzas can be cooked simultaneously. They track design capacity, which is the ideal conditions they're looking for; the effective capacity, which are the realistic limits considering the multitude of factors in their operations; and then the actual output, which is the actual numbers they tally each day. They also track efficiency metrics like how many deliveries are completed under 30 minutes and utilization of driver hours. To optimize this further, the store should analyze individual staff capacity, each production stage, and tailor training and assignments accordingly. Domino's balances speed and quality, operating above many competitors in both areas. Corporate at the company has taken a total quality management approach, emphasizing strict operating procedures, continuous improvement, and uncompromising key performance indicators for franchisee managers. However, the North Vernon store faces issues with incorrect orders and incomplete deliveries, often due to wrong addresses, missing items, or point of sale system glitches. A Six Sigma approach would be ideal here. Define the error types, measure them weekly, analyze which steps or staff are not causing most issues, and which are, and then approve the process flow or tools used, and then finally control by tracking the key performance indicators going forward. Domino's has two inventory categories that it maintains: ingredients and supplies. Domino's uses an independent demand approach, monitoring and forecasting each ingredient separately. The store uses a point of sale system that tracks usage, but they sometimes overstock on low use ingredients like green olives or salami. A more efficient system would be to apply an ABC inventory control model. Class A items like cheese and dough would be counted more frequently and kept with tighter safety stocks. Class C items could be considered less important and ordered less frequently, or even eliminated if usage is consistently low. This improves both cost efficiency and just-in-time ordering at the company. So Domino's uses a lag strategy for capacity, reacting to demand, and then a chase strategy for labor, adjusting staffing levels as needed. The result of this is that they're able to keep costs down to a minimum. Their master scheduling process breaks monthly plans into daily and weekly staffing and inventory schedules, but the store can still face issues balancing driver hours, dealing with peak hours congestion, and then also perfectly maintaining inventory levels. The recommendation here is to break the master production schedule down to the hourly level. This would allow for more precise driver scheduling and inventory management. For example, if 100 orders were expected between 5 to 6 p.m., they could plan delivery staff more accurately. So now for the SMART recommendations to solve their issues. So it is important to just summarize what these issues are. So first, delivery driver balancing, incorrect orders, peak hours congestion, incomplete deliveries, inadequate supply quantities, or overstocking as well when it comes to that, inefficient delivery ranges, and front of store congestion. So the first recommendation to solve quality issues would be to implement a Six Sigma quality process that would reduce the number of pizza remakes. The plan would be to reduce defects by 25% and track them weekly by training staff and implementing simplified processes. Over the span of a quarter, they could reduce errors and boost profits and customer satisfaction. The second recommendation would be to solve the issues of peak congestion struggles and driver forecasting scheduling again through the use of hyper-specific data analysis techniques that would allow for more accurate demand, capacity, and staffing planning, which would, at the end of the day, reduce both wasted and constrained labor. By breaking each day into hourly blocks and collecting precise historical data on staffing levels, they would aim to reduce food wait times by 15% and increase driver usage by 20%. The use of point-of-sale data and forecasting models, seasonal and exponential smoothing, would allow the company to improve their reliability and customer satisfaction within a quarter. The third strategy is to re-evaluate delivery ranges in order to only serve the most efficient addresses while still balancing customer satisfaction. In practice, the plan would use analytics to adjust the store's delivery radius into its most efficient zones, targeting a 15% reduction in fuel costs and a 10% increase in on-time deliveries. Through the use of these data analytical tools, the business could reduce costs, free up drivers, and increase customer satisfaction within a quarter. In conclusion, Domino's North Vernon location is strong in many areas, especially in terms of layout, demand, and brand strategy. But there are clear opportunities in quality control, capacity management, and delivery optimization. Through the use of data analytics, Six Sigma quality processes, and better forecasting, the store can reduce waste, improve speed, and all around deliver an even better customer experience. Thank you for your time.